Hey YouTube, it's your boy Jaden here, and we're back with another video.
I'm waving. I'm waving.
In this video, I will be helping college freshmen and 8th graders, or anybody who really thinks they need help, with some tips on how to receive the best experience from college. As I said in my first video, I go to Stockton University. I will be a sophomore. I actually move in a couple of hours. There's that. I start classes on Tuesday and stuff. It's not really exciting, but so I made a list of some things that me and some friends, shout out to the group chat, me and some friends suggested are good things for y'all to keep in mind as y'all go into college and start getting to know what you want to do with your life, getting to know people, all that kind of stuff. So let's get started. The first tip is to be yourself. This is so important. Like, college, everybody knows that college is a time where you can start new, start fresh. Yeah, you can start new, start fresh, but continue to be yourself. Don't try and switch up, because someone will call you out if they find out. Like, they're not shy at college. They will call you out. I will call you out. Kidding. No, but just be yourself. Remain true to who you are, because when you switch up, that's really corny. Especially when you go back home and like you didn't switch back. So the people at home, they know who you used to be, and then you try to act like this new bougie person who's all this and all that, and think their life is spectacular. Mind you, you live in the same way. So it's just like, just be like, there's nothing else I can say. Like, just be yourself. It's you want people to get to know you. So why would you change who you are to fit in? Like, it's college. Everyone's here for the same purpose. So you're bound to find someone that you like get along with, that you can become best friends with. Some of these people will be your friends for the rest of your life. So why be friends with someone with a fake self? Like, that's weird. Number 2 would definitely be to get involved early. By this I mean, like, I'm pretty sure the school will have like a fair or like a club, like a club search type of thing. Make sure you go to that and get involved with as much things as possible. Even if you just sign your name and go to one meeting, just figure out what you like, what you relate to, what you want to be in, and then when you get a part of the club, become a part of the e-board, because that looks really good on like resumes and different things like that. And you always want to have things like that to just keep building you and keep what am I looking for? I don't know. The next one's more for the social side of college. It says it's okay to say no. This is very, I don't want to make noise. This is very important, because a lot of people think that when you're in college, you want to party all the time, you have schoolwork. You're there to get your education. So if you spend your whole time partying and then you lack in the schoolwork, you're wasting money. Like, it's not cheap. Even if you do like EOF and have, only New Jersey has EOF. If your financial aid is healthy and stuff like that, that's great, but you still paying for this. So you don't want to waste people's money, waste your time, waste other people's time by not even putting effort into the work. That's the thing you're there for. You should be doing that first. Parties and stuff and all that, that's fun and lit, but you want to make sure you spend time on your academics, because that's what's really important. And it's okay to say no to your friends when they're like, hey, you want to come out to the probate or whatever, but you have a 6-page paper due at 11:59 and you're on page 3 and it's 9:30. Like, you just need to know where your priorities are and make sure you set that at the beginning of the school year, so you're not like trying to figure out what to do throughout the year. You already know, okay, when I get my homework, I'll do it, I'll start this. When I have my papers, I'll start it then, I'll start it. Like, just have a guideline set for yourself so that you don't fall behind on things and you start slacking and you end up failing out of college because you didn't want to say no. Like, if they're going to be your friends, they have to understand that you're here for a reason, and they should be, even encourage them to be like, nah, we shouldn't go out, we have papers and stuff. Like, even do that. All right, so that's all I have to say for that. The next one is about networking. Networking in college is so important. It's one of the most essential things you can do in college. These people are all getting a great education to go do things with their lives. So that means later in the future, you may run into them again. And you may have had physics with your with a friend, and then now he's a doctor or something like that. So now you have a doctor you can go to, you can trust and stuff like that. Network with students, with teachers, with advisors, with just people that work there. Always network, always keep yourself in a positive light, keep your image great. Don't always curse somebody out, always do, like, sometimes you have to take the high road in order to maintain your image, because that can really destroy your reputation before, like, you even really build one. So make sure you keep a positive light over yourself, a positive cloud, and make sure you get to know people and network and build your credibility and build people's perspective of you and make it seem like you're this great person, which you probably are. And opportunities will definitely open up for you in the future. Next is something I struggle with a lot, is being on time. I'm late to everything. I literally will show up an hour and something late to a class and walk in like there's no problem. And I will do that, and I know I have to work on that. My time management has always been a problem. And not time management, my timing and, like, being on time has always been a problem for me. But I know I've had experience where you continuously show up late. That just starts to develop a bad light for you. So now you're like, the professor thinks you're lazy, you're not, you're incompetent, you're probably not as intelligent and stuff like that, because sometimes they get a little butthurt because it feels like you don't want to be in the class, even though sometimes you really don't, because I know I don't. But it's always important to be on time and give that extra effort to make it seem like you want to be there, you want to learn, you want to get as much knowledge as you can, because you know it will go into your future. So, like, I even had a teacher once, he professor, he was like, well, he was doing attendance, and he wrote my name down, and he said to the class, he was like, well, he's gonna be late, so I just write him down anyway. So it's things like that, like, they just know you're going to be late, so you don't want to have that reputation with the class or, like, with the teacher. And then, like, it's also disturbing for the teacher if you walk in late, and sometimes teachers do take off points and stuff like that. I don't keep saying teacher, I mean professor, I'm used to high school. This next one is something that a lot of freshmen struggle with, and it's, like, building up into college with the transition. A lot of people struggle with this. It's, do not be scared to ask questions. Questions are so important. There are no stupid questions. If you have a question, raise your hand and ask the question. If you wait, you just probably confuse yourself, and now if it's for a homework, you probably don't know what to do now, or if it's for things like that, now you're stuck because you didn't want to ask the question. Or even if, okay, you're timid to ask the question, wait till after class and you walk up to the professor and you ask something. Like, stuff like that is very important because it can keep you from being confused throughout the whole class. So do not be afraid to ask a question. Here's, like, a big one. Do not approach college like high school. High school was everyone's kind of forced to be there. Your parents are like, everyone is hurt. My mom's making me go. I don't want to be here. Stuff like that. College is different. This is an option. You don't have to go to college. Some people, yeah, they're still forced, but you're paying for that, so it's different now. And everyone's there for the education. Stupid people aren't really there. That was rude. People are going to be on your level, so you can't approach it like there's going to be a whole bunch of people around you that's incompetent or not as bright or not as focused or not as driven, because you're all there for the same reason. It's for the education and for the degree. So you never want to waste your money, waste your time, waste your parents' money and stuff like that, and just not put any effort in. You need to go to class, you need to do your work, make sure you're getting a grade, stuff like that, because it all counts in the end. If you're trying to get a job and they see that your grades on all that, freshman year and stuff like that. Like, that matters because you're not in high school anymore. Yeah, it's college and they know it's a big step, but you're not in high school anymore. You chose to take this extra step and you knew it was going to be difficult, so now it's on you. This degree's not going to be handed to you. Well, it's going to be handed to you, but it's not going to be handed to you, you know? This is important too. This is like a, if you don't know now, you know. Some people did it in high school, but this is very important in college. Create group chats in every class. You're sitting next to someone and you're like, hey, what's your number? We can keep in touch. Like, we can do, like, meet up to do homework or study together, or we can just have each other's numbers just to ask questions. Remember asking questions? We can ask questions about stuff we didn't understand, stuff we need to know, stuff like, I just forgot. So it's always important to make even those connections with your peers in class. Like, just find a couple friends that, like, even if you have a friend in class and then they have a friend and then, like, you build a group. And this next one sort of ties into that. Sit in a good spot in class. With me always being late, I always ended up in the back or like in the corner, especially since it was my first year and no one's like told me stuff like this. I was always shy, so I would just sit in the back, sit in the corner, sit in the cut, and then like it was hard to focus. I'll be knocked out, straight slump, and like you don't have that interaction right in front of your face, or like where you need to stay focused, you need to be paying attention because the teacher's right there. So like the professor's right there, and they're looking right at you. So you need that little bit of embarrassment in you to make you stay up and make you stay focused. So you want to pick a good spot in class because it also gives off the impression that you're ready to learn. You're here for a reason. It's not coming late and stuff. So that also makes you want to be on time if you want to get a good spot, because the spots get taken up quick. This last one is the most important one, and you will hear it till the day you die. Do not procrastinate. Do not procrastinate. Let me tell you why procrastination is bad. There's two types of procrastination. There's good procrastination and bad procrastination. The point of procrastination is when you wait till the last minute, so you get like the stamina and you get the endurance to start typing faster and doing stuff like that, so you can get the work done with that pressure on you. Like, that's good procrastination. Bad procrastination is when you wait till the last minute and you still don't have that pressure. That's the procrastination I have. So I will sit there until, okay, say 2-page paper due at 11:59. I will sit there with one paragraph until 11:30 and still not be in the mood to type. Like, that's bad procrastination. It's not the type of energy you want to have towards school and towards your work, because one bad procrastination and you're set for life. Like, I cannot break this bad procrastination that I have. So I have to like really focus and like try my hardest to just get out of it and start my work early, start it as soon as I get it, start doing stuff. Like, as soon as I get homework, I'll try and come back to my room, or if I don't have time in between, I'll do it. Start it in the next class or something, like, or if I have a little break, I'll start my homework, because you don't want to have all that on your shoulders, and that's what really causes the procrastination. I'm using my experience and my testimonies to help you guys out. So take these 4 years and make the best out of them. Make connections, make good grades, get good internships, get good jobs. Thank you guys for watching. Please take these into consideration. If you are in college and you have some more tips, please put them in the comments, and we can help freshmen out, other people who probably are having great experiences in college, who aren't making good connections, making good friends. Thank you guys for watching. Please take the time now, like, comment, subscribe, share, and do all that good stuff. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Videos, look at the August playlist, and then me playing the Whisper Challenge with my best friend. Yeah.
And like, am I allowed to knock her or whatever?
This is Isaiah, you guys. He just popped up.